Here, we go as we flow and flow as we go. And this week's episode literally represents what that means, as well as I have been able to learn and teach myself that statement as well. Flowing. When I think about flow, I do think about water, and how flowing is just taking the gentle ease of things. Liam is being very clean today. Why? I don't know. But say hey, Liam, since you want to be on the camera today. So today's episode 5. I promise I can sing. I know I can sing. Can I sing, Teddy? Give me hugs. Give me hugs. Give me hugs. Oh, thank you. Thank you for your hugs. Let me make sure I look right. I know I can sing. I find it weird that I can sing. Not weird. Let me not say that. I find it different. You gonna stop talking to me like this and then making demands. You are not the daddy. Give me a hug. Just give me all the loving. Give me all the hugs. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So episode 5 is so what I was saying was, sorry, I got a little sidetracked clearly. That I can sing gospel music better than I can sing R&B. Like, I just feel like when I'm singing gospel music, it's something in me that just like, I be hitting them notes. And if y'all know Change Me by Tammy LeMan, that was like my theme song when I first started my spiritual journey. It would literally make me cry because that's how I felt. Like, change me, oh God. Make me more like you. Change me, oh God. See? I told you I could sing. Anywho, episode 5 is going to be called Learning to Let Go and Flow. Yes. And here, on the ocean flow, we go as we flow and we flow as we go. That's all we know. That's all we know how to do. But I'm relearning and reteaching myself how to flow and how to go with the flow. I want to kind of just sit on the word or linger on the word flow. And what I consider and think about when I think of flow. I instantly think about water, obviously, and just imagining how water flows. It just flows so effortlessly. Going back to episode 1, once again, with my favorite quote by Bruce Lee, about becoming water and literally just flowing like water, flowing with life, flowing with the things around you. I'm really at a point where I take, I would say I'm taking into consideration everything around me to be grateful for. The small blessings, the big blessings, the small mountains, the big mountains. It doesn't matter what it is. I am learning and have learned that you should be grateful for any and everything. Like, you woke up this morning. That was a good enough blessing, honestly. You had a second chance at life, another opportunity to do it again, to try it again. Letting go, learning to let go of my past hurt, of my past traumas, of the things that people have done to me, or, just other, perspectives or insecurities that have been projected onto me as time has gone by. I've taken this season of isolation and been able to not only mature spiritually, but mature personally and mature mentally and emotionally and physically. And that is what comes with healing the mind, body, and the soul. You know, releasing not only my own inner traumas that I've gained from my childhood, but also the traumas I've taken on as that healer that I am, and as that empath, and as that starseed and that light worker that I am, that has taken on all of everyone else's traumas that I have dated or, you know, had soul ties with, and those type of things that I put inside of me that have and made them my own. I'm letting go of those things as well, because we all have our own things, but we don't also realize that we take on other people's things too, sometimes unknowingly and sometimes knowingly, because people do tend to project their insecurities on you and will have you out here thinking you are going crazy. But I want you to know, if you are one of those who someone is constantly making you feel like it's always your fault, and they have no reason to be doing any wrongs, or they're never the one to blame, that's not true. You know, I know that we can't always be right, and honestly there really isn't a right or wrong, because somebody's right might be your wrong and somebody's wrong might be your right, you know. So at the end of the day, that's their opinion and that's your opinion, but we gotta have a fact in between, you know, to weigh out both of those opinions with some truth. We need some truth, because opinions really don't matter, and God is truth. So when you live on truth, then you should know that anybody who is trying to lead you away from the truth, that ain't right, that ain't true, right? So that's not somebody you need to allow change your mindset. You don't need to walk behind them or allow them to lead you. So that clearly might be a person that shouldn't be in your circle right now, especially if you're trying to grow, okay? So last episode, I believe I kind of talked a little about boundaries. That is really the main topics right now, is boundaries, setting strong boundaries. Not only setting strong boundaries, but keeping them boundaries in place, and not only keeping the boundaries in place, but making whoever you gave that boundary to face whatever consequence comes with that boundary, you know. So I want to speak on the story of Jacob and Laban. So Jacob marries Laban's daughters, Rachel. I forgot the other one's name, because she really was doing too much. And I already felt like he was kind of wrong anyways, because why you gonna make me marry both of your daughters when I told you I was in love with one? You know, that's kind of, I don't know how to feel about that there. But anywho, he married their daughters, and there's also another lesson I'm going to bring about after this. Not the first one is boundaries, setting boundaries. So at the end of their trial, or being together, so Laban's thing to Jacob was, you can't marry my daughters until you work. Well, kind of Jacob gave him this advantage too over him. It was like, you know, you have to stay here for 20 years and work, or 10 years. It was 10 or 20, and work for me and look after my flock, and then I will allow you to marry my daughters. Okay, so Jacob started to become more wealthy than Laban, because they made a treaty pretty much, and Jacob was like, look, if I want to leave, like, I'm tired of working for you, I built your growth, and that, I love it. So that was the lesson. And I talked about this last episode, that you can be a blessing and bless others. Like, you can be blessing others and you can be their blessing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could be so blessed that you bless other people in your whole vicinity and not expect anything in return, and just be a blessing to others. And that's what Jacob was doing. He was like, dang, well, you know, you gave me your wife, so I'm definitely willing to work for you. But during that time, Laban had become so wealthy and kept like cutting Jacob's wages. He would blame Jacob for like the wild animals killing some of his flock. He would make him pay for the dead animals or the animals that were stolen from him. And Jacob would never like toot a lip. He never toot a lip. So at the end, Jacob was like, look, I ain't really here for this no more. Like, I'm ready to go. I've been working. I ain't seeing the benefits from it. I know that you done benefited from it. So I don't think you need me no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm ready to go. So they was like, okay, you know, you can go. And he was like, okay, well, Jacob was like, look, well, I want the speckled and the spotted flock. Like, I've helped basically raise all of these, so I want the speckled and the spotted. Well, for some reason, Laban got rid of all of them. But let me tell you what God do. He make a way out of no way, baby. And especially, all of a sudden, since they were all gone, Jacob was like, well, okay, well, I'm gonna just come up with my own way to create these sheep. Or you know what I'm saying? So he would, as long as they made it near I believe a spotted branch, then now I feel like there's more so of I'm pretty sure I'll come back to the story eventually about what exactly was the irony behind them mating next to a speckled tree, and then that's how they would a speckled Lynn, and then that's how they would create speckled kids, or you know, sheep. And because that I don't know how that was possible, but I mean, with God all things are possible, right? Nothing is impossible for you nor me. But that was a miracle there. So anywho, eventually, basically almost the whole herd was speckled and spotted, right? And Rachel's brothers started cackling and talking and convincing their father that Jacob had now begun to steal from him. But that wasn't the case. But now you see that they became jealous. That's the jealousy and envy. So Jacob's like, oh, I really gotta go. Like, I gotta go because I don't know how this is gonna turn out. And God had already came and said, yeah, you need to leave. Like, you need to leave. Go back to be with your family. So he did. Anywho, fast forward, when they left, Laban obviously came after him. They eventually made a boundary. Okay, so the boundary, they created these the circle of stones. I really can't recall what they called it at this moment, but they were like, you know, neither one of us can cross these stones to come harm the other, because you have my daughters and my grandchildren, and basically they are mine, and all that you have is mine. It's what Laban said, which was very, I ain't like that. That was very nasty, because clearly you know that them are your daughters and them are your grandchildren, and that can't change. So that, I don't feel like that's something that should have been said, but it's just a story of a real event. So, you know, this just goes to show you like how you can do so much for someone, and in the end it's still not enough, especially when you start doing more than them. And that's why I just feel like sometimes people are in your life for a season to just help you grow, but when it's time for you to depart, it's time for you to depart. I was listening to a sermon. That's crazy. I was listening to a sermon, I believe TD Jakes. I was listening to the podcast, TD Jakes podcast, right? And in the podcast, he was like, your friends don't tell you when they start getting envious of you. Because again, we all evolve at different levels. Therefore, you don't know. Your friend not gonna come to be like, look, girl, at a point in time, you know, you was on our level, but you're not on our level no more. So, you know, we don't really like you because we not understanding how you growing faster than us, how you getting better than us, like how that work. So at that, your friend not gonna come tell you that, you know, your friend not gonna come tell you that. That's why you need God right there. God gonna reveal them type of things to you. God gonna tell you it's time to move. God gonna tell you it's time to let go of them people. And he will. I've experienced it firsthand. And these could be people that you've known for 7 to 10 years. But nobody who becomes envious of you is just going to tell you that. Their actions are going to show it. They're going to begin to act a little different. You know, we always hear about the ones who's fake supporting you. No, God, right now I pray that you remove everything that is not meant for me, or anything that is showing that they love me, but deep down they don't really love me for real. I pray the same for you. You don't want fake love around you. You don't need fake support. You need realness. If you're real, you deserve real, you know? So I wanted to leave that great and amazing word for you there, because I'm still learning to set boundaries and to stay firm in my boundaries. And that was a big boundary right there for Jacob to set, that y'all can't even cross these rocks no more, especially if you're not coming on good terms with me. If you're coming to harm me, don't even come near me, you know? For sure. So I read Proverbs 4 today, and it also talked about being righteous and making sure that you stay righteous no matter what. And you, and you don't allow the evil people to steer you away from where you're going, or you don't follow in the ways of the world, even when things start to look up for you, or if you get on a high status or a high pedestal. Don't let the worldly things still blind you and take you off of being righteous and being a good person. No matter what the people around you are doing, you need a new circle. Because if they're not building you, they're breaking you. And we don't need nobody breaking us down when we try to build up. One of my favorite quotes is lifting as you climb. I don't remember who said it. I believe, if I can recall, a man came and spoke to either my middle school or my elementary school one year. And that's that one quote that stuck with me all the years of my life. Because I take it as, I just know that you can't always lift everyone up, you know. But the goal is to whoever's in your circle, as you're climbing, you want to help lift them too. So if you're doing better, you can put them on. If I've learned from my mistakes, then I can tell you how I learned from them. That's just like now, me being an inspiration to you. I pray that I'm lifting you up as I'm climbing up, as I'm growing and maturing and becoming a better person, a better follower, a better leader, a better woman, a better godly woman, a spiritual leader, a thought leader, a motivational leader. I consider myself all of those things. And to learn more each and every day on my spiritual journey about how abundance is already in us, wealth is already ours. All the promises God has made to us is already within us. We just have to bring them into fruition. And that's where manifestation comes in. And I was watching another video the other day about the alchemist versus the manifester, and you learning who you are and what you're capable of being. I'm a powerful manifester, more powerful than I actually thought at one point. And to learn more about who I am each and every day, and the things that trigger me, and the things I need to still learn, and the things I need to change, and the things I need to make different. Those things is what allows me to love myself more. You know, when you actually look at the dark side of yourself, you can appreciate it. And I know that's kind of like, appreciate the dark side. Yeah, because it's always got to be a balance. There's always going to be good and evil. There's always going to be good and bad. Or evil and pure. I am pure. I am good. And I pray that no matter what, I continue to be good and be pure. No matter who does anything to me, no matter what I come across, no matter circumstances I have to face or troubles, I will always lead the righteous path and walk on it. I will always turn the other cheek, because I know at the end of the day, my conscience is good. My karma points are good karma points, up there, you know. I don't need no bad karma, especially not now in my life when I'm on this positivity train. And I don't plan on getting off anytime soon. I plan to ride this train on out to the, till the wheels fall off. If you're seeing this, I want to say happy Easter. Jesus has risen. Jesus has risen. Jesus is risen. And if you don't have him in your life, I pray that you bring him into your life. You claim him and accept him as your Lord and Savior. Allow him into your heart and know that he did die for your sins and he forgives you for all that you've already done, haven't did, will do. I just pray that you repent and you choose to go right. That's the go right. Just go right. Don't go left. Ain't nothing left for you, okay? Go right. Everything's on the right side. Come on. Like, I said this in one of my poems. I was like, you know, everything right ain't left, and everything left ain't right, but ain't nothing wrong right, or ain't nothing right wrong. Yeah, that is what I said. That was fine. And if you get it, you get it, and if you don't, you don't. But I have been journaling quite a lot. To just get my emotions out there. Affirmations. Please affirm yourself each and every day. Look at yourself in the mirror. Tell yourself that you are beautiful. You are proud of you. You are getting better every single day. I am pure. I am love. I am light. I am powerful. I am God's beloved. I have everything I need within me. Everything I desire is already mine. I am patient. I am kind. I am all that God says I am. You are all that you say you are. You are all that God says you are, okay? You cannot forget that. The mind is the most powerful thing on this planet. And I always go back to how they began to learn how to control us. Is because they learned the power of the mind. And where did they learn the power of the mind? From us, okay? I even watched, it's on Netflix, like so many things are just always in front of you. And I don't know, for so long and for so many reasons, I think we just turned the blind eye. Now, when I first came into this world, I knew I was different. I was thinking the other day about how I want to say elementary or middle school, for a point, for like weeks. I don't know why, and I want to do some research on it. But I was like here, but my view wasn't here. And if you've ever experienced that, let me know. But I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say. Like, I was here physically, right? But I don't feel like my eyesight was really like here. And this may sound so crazy. I haven't experienced a thing like that anymore, but I do remember this one dream that I've never forgotten, when I was in the car with my brother and my grandmother, and I could see them and I was talking to them, but they could not hear me. And it was like I could see my body. I was yelling, but I wasn't in my body speaking. That made me crazy too. I have very, 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 very vivid dreams. Like, my dreams are vivid to the point that they could be me like in a movie for sure. And obviously it's never like I can never see my body. It's just me looking through that view that I'm saying. That view. So yeah, it was like I was, okay, so that makes more sense. It was like I was here in reality, but I was really in a dream. That's crazy. I'm getting chill bumps this whole time. Like, guys, you know what I'm talking about? What hit me? Because what did that mean? Like, what was I experiencing? Because, ooh, that was like a really crazy dream. To be able to speak, but no one hear you. And I was literally like screaming, y'all. But ain't y'all glad that Jesus is risen? Like, I love Jesus. Jesus has been so amazing to me, and I'm so glad he gave us that connection to our Father God. I have been learning so much. I think the key to growth is to constantly teach yourself things. You have to constantly be a student in this world. You have to constantly learn. And you don't have to go to school to learn. You can teach yourself anything you want to know. The internet is also one of the most powerful tools in this world. Anything you want to know is out there. Anything you want to learn is in a book. It's in Google. It's in your phone that you carry, your small computer that you carry each and every day. So learn, teach yourself, be a student. Always be a student in your life, okay? A teacher can also be a student. You have to play the teacher and the student role, not just play the student role, because you're here to teach as well. I also pray that you learn your purpose, because the purest thing a human can do in this world and on earth is to live in their purpose. That's what we were all put here to do, is to live in our purpose and walk in our purpose and talk in our purpose, because I'm confident, baby. I'm confident in my walk, my talk, and in my purpose. So I pray the same for you. I don't know. I've been in a space where I can't lie. On Easter morning, I woke up and I felt like a breath of fresh air. Like, I felt so light. I felt so free. I felt so peaceful. Like, I enjoyed the whole day outside of just flowing. Like, flowing. I try to stay off my phone as much as possible, and I just enjoyed the present moment. I have been doing a lot of basking or baking in the sun, because the sun been sunning. So I've been doing a lot of baking in the sun, where I just like sit in the chair and I just kind of close my eyes and I just listen to all the sounds around me. More than likely it's birds. The birds love talking to me, especially when I be in my head. And then especially ideas will just start to flow. I make sure that I keep my thoughts on good things, on pure things, on things that are going to help me grow. I start doing that inner motivation where I start building myself up. And then I go into a little prayer. But in the stillness, in the silence, is where you find out who you are. It's where you grow. It's where you get to listen to the guides and your ancestors and your spirit guides, or who all are deep within you, to listen to what they have to say. And yes, a lot of time, guess whose voice is going to sound like? Your own. It's going to sound like your own voice. Because you are a God and you are a goddess, and create the life you want. Go after the things you want. Don't let anyone or anything stop you or prevent you from moving forward. Stagnancy is not an option. Being stuck is not an option. Being lost is not an option. If you're stagnant or if you're stuck, that means you have something in you that you have to get rid of first. You have to let it go so that you can flow. Yes, there it goes, episode 5. We are letting go everything in us that is keeping us stuck where we are, whether that be a trauma, whether that be, I don't care what it is, a habit, drinking, smoking, being mean, like just angry all the time, letting out all those emotions that are pent up that you haven't expressed in so long, letting all of that go so you can just be and you can just flow. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to the Ocean Flow. I love you, and I can't wait to talk to you again on Sunday or Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday or Friday or Saturday. Whenever you see this video, I pray that today you choose to let go and you flow. I love you. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Peace!